I have a bunch of algae growing. The tank is so much busier now with lots of cute little critters running around. Oh, and I got a discus fish, and his name is Sunny. All that and more coming up in this episode of the ADA 75P here on Jacob's Aquarium. Hey everybody, I'm Jacob Castro and welcome to another video here on Jacob's Aquarium. Hope you guys are doing good and hope your tanks are doing good as well. My ADA 75P is doing amazing, and as you can see, I got a discus fish and he's so cute. I love this little guy. But we're not going to talk too much about him right now. I wanted to first give you guys an update in general about the tank and how it's doing and things like that. So I recently discovered a bunch of algae growing, and it may not be that noticeable, as you can see in this shot right here, but you'll see throughout the video that there's algae growing on the plants, and it's that green stringy crap. And it's the kind of algae that is really irritating because if it if it gets away from the plant that it's attached to, it will just stick to another one and grow and grow and grow. So, being that I have algae growing in my tank now, which I expected that, you can't have a planted tank and not get algae. It seems like we all deal with that one time or another, right? I mean, algae is just part of having a planted tank, I think. You know, you have to expect to deal with it, you know, at some point in your planet tank's life. It could be later in its life, it could be in the beginning of its life, as it is with mine. So I had many options of how I can combat algae in my tank. And I really wanted to talk about this because this is like the most asked question on my YouTube channel. Jacob, how do I get rid of algae in my planet tank? I laugh because daily I get that question. Okay. So here's the thing. In my situation, I have shrimp. So in my tank, that is not shrimp. It's not like I'm having shrimp for dinner tonight, but they're in my tank. I have shrimp in my tank. So dosing API algae fix is out of the question. That would be the first thing I would do is dose API algae fix to get rid of this algae, but it would most likely kill my shrimp. And I have about 25 shrimp in this tank altogether. I know you can't see them. They love to hide in the plants, which bugs the hell out of me because I'd rather, you know, see them crawling around and stuff. But hey, that's what they want to do. They can do that. This is their home, you know. So I have a ton of shrimp in the tank. So dosing API algae fix is out of the question. I do not want all those shrimp to die. That cost me way too much damn money, you know. So, the shrimp are actually algae eaters. They eat algae like crazy, but you need, or I would need, way more than just 25 to take care of this algae problem. Way more. So, I opted to get some autosinkless catfish instead. So, my cleanup crew pretty much consists of shrimp and autosinkless catfish. And I have about the same number of autos in this tank as I do shrimp, so about 25. And this is a great little school of these guys to take care of the algae in this tank. I really don't think I need any more. And I just added them probably about 2 days ago, and I'm already seeing results. I'm already seeing patches of algae that were overgrowing in some parts of the tank gone. So they're doing a great job. So that's what I'm doing to combat algae in my tank. Like I said, my situation is different because I have shrimp. If you guys don't have shrimp in your tank, use API algae fix because that stuff really is like a dream. It works like really well. Guaranteed it'll get rid of algae. But that's what I'm doing to combat algae in my tank. So if you guys are in the same situation as me, I encourage you to try that out. Try some autos, try some shrimp, you know, just keep in mind that based on the size of your tank, you're going to need a lot. I mean, if you have a 100-gallon tank and you have algae growing in them, you're going to need a crap load of autos. You're going to need probably easily over 100 of these guys to even see a little bit of an improvement with the algae growth in your tank. I mean, this 88 tank is almost 40 gallons, and I have 25 autos in this tank, which you'd think is way too much, but it's actually perfect. There's a lot of them, for such a small space, and they're taking care of the algae really, really well. Anything less, and the algae would be growing much, much faster than the population of autos would be able to take care of. So 25 is a good number for this tank, and they're doing a great job taking care of algae. Okay. Now you may have also noticed, you can see this little guy in the top left-hand corner right here. I got some more fish as well. Along with the autos, I also picked up some more tetras, and I didn't prep for this video, so I don't know their name, but I will post their name on the screen right now. They're really, really cute little guys. They almost remind me of neon tetras because they have a stripe through their body, and it's kind of like a fluorescent stripe. But I saw them at the Reef in Anaheim, California, my favorite fish store. I thought they were pretty cool, so I picked up about 5 of these guys, and they've been in the tank for about a couple days now, and they're adjusting very nicely, and their colors are coming out, and they're looking really good. So I'm really kind of happy now with the population of fish that I have in the tank. Now let's talk about Sunny. There he is. Hey, Sunny, how you doing? He always likes to creep into the shots, as you can see. Sunny is a discus fish. He's just a baby, pretty much. He's not really. You can definitely consider him a juvenile. So he has a lot of time to go before he's an adult, and he's really, really big. And I know the discus people out there are like, oh my God, you only have one discus fish in this tank. You can't do that. They love to be in a population. You know what? That's fine that some of you believe that out there, but honestly, you can have one discus by itself. You can have one by itself. They don't need to be in a school. Yes, they're schooling fish, it seems, but that's not a requirement. Okay. And being that my tank is the size that it is, I really would not want to keep more than one discus in here because they do get rather large over time. And I believe it would just become too crowded. So I chose to have one discus fish. I want to raise him up from a little baby to his full potential. And I think it'd be really cool, just to have him be the main focal point of this tank as far as the aquarium inhabitants go. And he's absolutely gorgeous. I also got him at the Reef as well in Anaheim. I pretty much get all my fish and everything that I use for my tank. Well, not everything. I shouldn't say that because I ordered a bunch of stuff online. But as far as the fish goes, I mostly get them from the Reef in Anaheim because that's like the only store that I trust because they have such great quality stock, and their tanks are always really, really healthy. So. But yeah, I got him at the Reef for only 35 bucks, which I thought was a really great deal because before I went to the Reef, I was at another fish store. Not going to mention the name because they're not paying me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just not going to mention the name. And they were selling the same size discus for $89. Crazy. So I really believe the Reef has some really great deals, and 35 bucks for that discus fish was a really good deal. So I got him at the Reef, and same thing, just like the new tetras I got, he's doing very, very well and adjusting very, very nicely. And he's eating, which is really good. That's something I'm always worried about when I get new fish, is especially discus fish, because they're a pricey investment. I always want them to eat, because if they don't eat, they get skinny and they die. I've experienced that before. But he's been eating like crazy. He's a little pig, and I think he's going to do just fine in this tank. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. That's a new update for the ADA 75P. As you can see, it looks so busy now. All these little guys swimming around, and now I have this cute little discus swimming around. Guys, I'm so happy with this tank, and it brings me joy every day when I come home from work or anytime I look at it. It brings me so much joy, and I'm just so happy to have this tank in my life, and especially I'm happy I can share it with you guys. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I love you guys so much. If you have any questions about anything you saw in this video, feel free to post a comment below and I'll respond as soon as I can. Have fun with your tanks, everybody, and I'll see you next time.